from the man who gave you 48 hours. Revolting, but so current. Need a little holiday feel? Shall I scare up the man who framed Roger Rabbit?
The killer is here!
You asked for it. You got it. Screaming for more? I have this little number from Superman's Supermaster.
They sought to kill you.
Doc, Doc!
I wouldn't count on it, but you can count on my directors. 3 Tales from the Crypt, June 10th on HBO. It's a night to dismember.
Warning, strong content. Parental discretion advised. Viewer warning. The following program contains material that may be too intense for some viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Had any nightmares recently? Never fear. The Crypt Keeper's here. And I guarantee you'll get a charge out of this.
I find you both guilty of the murder of your former wife, Mr. Carney.
Who are you?
And I sentence you to death. That sentence to be carried out immediately.
Wait a minute!
The man who was death. Another brilliantly executed tale from the Crypt. Wednesday.
Warning, strong content. Parental discretion advised.
Greetings. Crypt Keeper's the name. All things dark and ugly. That's my game. And speaking of fun and games, here's some nightmarish news about a real screamer. The Tales from the Crypt Sweepstakes. And you and a guest can win one ghoulishly grand prize if you enter now.
Win an exciting weekend of fun, fright, and fantasy. We'll fly you and a guest to Hollywood, California, where you'll visit the sites of Tinseltown's most famous deceased stars and scariest movie sets, courtesy of Graveline Tours. Hear all the backstage gossip and juicy tidbits of yesteryear while cruising down memory lane in an authentic chauffeur-driven hearse. You'll stay at the Bel Air Summit Hotel and enjoy high-spirited activities in and around Hollywood all weekend long. And 50 lucky second prize winners will receive this spooktacular-looking Tales from the Crypt t-shirt. To enter, send your name, address, phone number, and age to Tales from the Crypt Sweepstakes, P.O. Box 3232, Syosset, New York 11775. And don't forget to tune in for more outrageous episodes of Tales from the Crypt right here on HBO.
It doesn't get any creepier than that, Crypt mates. Enter the Tales from the Crypt Sweepstakes and win that trip to the ghoulish side. I'll be rotting for you. Coming soon on HBO. 18 brand new Tales from the Crypt. Watch them with someone you love.
Tales from the Crypt. Premieres Saturday night, April 21st.
Coming on HBO. A new dimension in fear. 18 new Tales from the Crypt.
I wouldn't be caught dead anywhere else. Plus, I love working with him.
Tales from the Crypt. Premieres Saturday night, April 21st. Parental discretion advised.
Next from the Crypt. The thing from the grave. When it comes to love, you can't keep a dead man down.
You don't have to be afraid anymore. Whatever happens, I'll be there. I promise.
He's dead, and he's buried, and he's rotting in the ground right now.
What if you're wrong?
You do what you gotta do.
Tales from the Crypt. Hello, boys and ghouls. Halloween is creeping up on us like rigor mortis. So HBO is digging up something special to scare you into the spirit of the holiday. Or should I say, horror day.
On October 30th, when the clock strikes midnight, the bash begins with 12 gruesome Tales from the Crypt.
Now this is one party that's a real scream. And I've got an extra treat for you, demented trick-or-treater.
Send a special Halloween greeting to a friend from the Crypt Keeper. Just dial 1-900-246-CRYPT. Be sure to have your friend's name and phone number handy when you call. The charge, only $3.50. So call now with your touch-tone phone. Callers under 18 get parents' permission.
Missing out on this would be a grave mistake.
It's a Halloween treat your friend will never forget.
Next, parental discretion advised.
Looking for another juicy tale of lust and betrayal? Well, here's one guaranteed good to the last drop.
The doctor's report on your husband says he's gonna live to be 104, barring...
Barring what, an accident?
Accidents happen. People even help them happen. Mr. Jasper.
James, rather good exposure, don't you think?
What's your price?
I want to share.
Share what?
Gloria.
Tales from the Crypt.
Premieres Tuesday. Parental discretion advised.
Coming soon from HBO. A ghoulish game you can play at home.
That's right, kiddies. Tales from the Crypt Terror Trivia Challenge. Don't miss out on the madness.
Watch for details on how to win.
On my next tale, a farmer tries to get the lay of the land. You could call it Field of Screams.
She's crazy, George. Where's the crazy girl gonna run? We got her for life, George. Free help that ain't going nowhere.
No! Mr. Yates, no!
Where is he? Where is he?
You don't get to leave. Not ever. Not ever. Not
Tales from the Crypt.
Next, parental discretion advised.
Next from the Crypt, a puppet with a real lust for life. This dummy doesn't need strings, he needs a leash.
I think you better go now, before Morty tries to hurt you. Morty can't hurt me. He's made of cloth and wood. He has no mind, no soul, and no head.
That's right, Morty's like me. He's real. He's flesh and blood.
Morty! Tales from the Crypt.
Premieres Tuesday at 10.
The new season starts this summer right here on HBO. It's a fabulous lineup. Get new episodes with the Crypt Keeper, who lures Hollywood stars and directors. Get TV's most talked about, most provocative adult comedy series.
Fabulous! 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 Fabulous!
Get new exclusive HBO original movies. Big names, big stories, big stars. Stories that are timely, daring, controversial, and passionate. Plus, catch a brand new lineup of stand-up. And for the first time on TV, take a whole new look at the game. Go ringside for the heavy hitters and courtside for the best in live action sports.
Fabulous! Fabulous! Yeah, fabulous! Fabulous!
Look for more new shows. No summer reruns here. It's HBO's new season. On HBO, it's simply the best.
Fabulous!
Coming soon from HBO. A ghoulish new game you can play at home.
That's right, kiddies. Tales from the Crypt's Terror Trivia Challenge 2. Don't miss out on the madness.
Watch for details on how to win.
Next from the Crypt, a heartfelt little story I call Abra, Cadaver.
You're flatline, clinically dead, but you can still see. You can still hear.
Somebody call a goddamn ambulance now!
And you can still feel. And you thought I had no sense of humor.
Tales from the Crypt.
Premieres Wednesday. Parental discretion advised.
Next from the Crypt, something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Sounds like my kind of place.
Do you know that we are planning the most stunning production of Hamlet ever?
I don't know anything about this play.
Oh, I know one thing.
I've got the part.
You don't understand. I need this job.
I know you do. But you're wrong for the part.
I'd like to suggest myself for the part, sir.
No, you're all wrong!
Well, if I'm not playing Hamlet, what role am I playing?
It's showtime!
From this time forth.
Next from the crypt, a fellow with a taste for pearls, as deadly as his haste with curls.
She's dangerous. She will take your soul and throw it away.
Don't stare, Katrina. It's not polite.
Didn't he tell you he was a witch doctor?
You're nuts, lady. You're the one that's dangerous.
I'm trying to
Next from the crypt, it seems the blood bank's in the red.
I want answers. Our blood supply is at a record low.
And no wonder, the Night Watchman's a vampire.
We're looking for a 300-pound refugee from Castle Dracula with a taste for muggers.
I could save the blood bank and take a bite out of crime.
But he forgot, there are substantial penalties for early withdrawal. Tales from the Crypt. Bloodbaths are red. Corpses are blue. Here's a ghastly new game I've created just for you. Tales from the Crypt. Terror Trivia Challenge 2. Apparently, letting you into my crypt in our last contest wasn't enough. Now you want out? Well, not so fast, fear fans. First, you must prove that you can hack your way to the top. Call 1-900-860 for Tales and bury yourself in a hideous game of hide-and-go-shriek. Test your nightmare knowledge on classic facts of fear for your chance at hundreds of spooktacular prizes.
Grand prize is an expense-paid trip for two to Hollywood for a full week of devilish delights. Start with $1,000 in spending money. Take in the hallowed haunts of Universal Studios.
And make a creepy cameo appearance in a brand new episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Other winners will receive the complete Tales from the Crypt home video library or a 1992 Crypt Keeper calendar.
Plus, all terror trespassers who crack the secret code and escape my house of horrors will earn $100 in cash and a blood-curdling beach towel. And don't forget to bone up on HBO's brand new season of Tales from the Crypt, for there'll be bonus questions on every fright-filled episode. So play Terror Trivia Challenge 2 today, Crypt fans, for a ghoulish offer you can't defuse.
$2 the first minute, $1 each additional minute. Calls under 18, get your parents' permission. Touch-tone phones only.
Next from the Crypt, a graphic tale that's sure to leave a bad taste on your palate.
They're graphic, they're real, but they lack one thing. The artist's touch. His ability to interpret the horror of the world through the darkness of his own soul. You have some of that darkness, don't you, Jack?
Jack, no!
Don't be afraid.
On my next tale, an epic undertaking of demented proportions.
You got the balls to make a real horror film? A real horror film? Yeah. What do you got in mind? How would you like to shake hands with a dead man?
Coming up next, parental discretion advised.
Next from the Crypt, a tisket-a-tasket. Who's next in the casket?
I ain't no killer. If you're not the killer, then who is?
Tomorrow, they're having their first planting at the Grateful Homeless Cemetery. Go there.
There's nothing here but the dead.
The Grateful Homeless Society is very fortunate to have you for its spokesperson.
Tales from the Crypt. Next from the Crypt, a jealous husband with an axe to grind.
I'm not gonna hurt you, Dad.
You guys won't believe how hot she is.
Nobody kids about my wife.
You were a hell of a guy before you got married.
It's a chop.
Tonight, it all happens here on HBO. At 10, the Crypt Keeper keeps you up to date with an all-new Tales from the Crypt. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, kiddies, if you don't vote, it's like taxation without representation. Use it or ooze it. Next from the Crypt.
I'm dead, and this is the guy that killed me.
Working in the laboratory
I grabbed the wrong vial.
can be a real drag.
What a sweet stroke that was.
Sonia Braga, Dylan McDermott, and Cleavon Little. Tales from the Crypt. Premieres Wednesday night at 10. 1,000 points of fright. Extramarital affairs. Influence peddling. Harassment. Scams. Scandals. Scoundrels. And now gore. Say, this politics thing sounds better all the time. Vote Tales from the Crypt and the Crypt Keeper. Because fright makes right. Next from the Crypt.
You're not exactly gentle, are you, man? Huh?
A rock and roll dream.
You told him to give me a tattoo of Scarlet, huh?
Turns into a chop 40 nightmare.
You hear me, Scarlet? I hate you!
Tia Carrera.
Can't take it anymore.
Greg Allman. Tales from the Crypt. Premieres Wednesday night at 10. Still Slade in the USA. On the next Tales from the Crypt.
Your oil? It's under the graveyard.
I'm in.
Lou Diamond Phillips and Priscilla Presley are a couple of crude con artists out to make a killing.
You cleaned us out.
Where's the money?
Tales from the Crypt.
Tonight on HBO.
Tonight, then at 10, it's creepy, it's eerie, and it's brand new. Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, how vile. They're finally ready. I've just finished decomposing 11 terrifying new episodes of Tales from the Crypt. After all, one's never too old for dead time stories. Ooh, here's an episode that's bound to entertain. It's already getting great reviews. Tales from the Crypt. Coming in October on HBO.
From the director of Hack to the Future and Fearless Grump, a special Crypt presentation with a very special ghost star. Don't miss the season finale of Tales from the Crypt, coming in February on HBO.
Scary is as scary does.
Listen up, Crypt fans. In honor of Tales from the Crypt special season finale, HBO is taking you behind the screams one more time. We'll resurrect devilish ditties from tales past.
I love this part.
And take you on the set of what may be the most outrageous episode of them all, with director Robert Forrest Gump Zemeckis, and stars John Lithgow, Isabella Rossellini, Sherilyn Fenn,
Hubba.
and a most unusual ghost star.
Better fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy fright.
A special HBO first look at Tales from the Crypt premieres Wednesday night at 11.